A. LeGrand Richards, not the LeGrand Richards as he would say, or Buddy, is married to his dear wife Cindy, and they are the parents of 5 daughters and the grandparents of 16 grandchildren. He's a Renaissance man and probably the only BYU faculty member to have both dug the basement under his existing house, sewn his daughter's wedding dress, and ridden his bike thousands of miles between homework and church. Buddy has faithfully served in numerous church callings over the years, 3 times as bishop. He had a 10-year stint as stake president of the Provo, Utah South Stake. He started the temple-to-temple walk run between the Provo Temple and Provo City Center Temple. One year they hosted more than 20,000 participants. Also during that time, he had charge over the Provo Tabernacle during the fire. And didn't cause a fire. Later served as on the historical committee that wrote the history that was placed in the cornerstone of the temple. He has served as a sealer in the Provo City Center Temple since the time the temple opened. Buddy retired from BYU in 2022 when he and his wife Cindy were called as the president of the Provo City Center Temple until Cindy's brain cancer prohibited her from serving. And they were released last October. Cindy recently passed away on May 7th, 2023. Before retiring, Buddy worked in education for 37 years. During that time, he was president of the Far Western Philosophy of Education Society, a visiting professor at the University of Würzburg, Germany. He was the department chair in Educational Leadership and Foundations from 2005 to 2009. Buddy's written extensively. I'll just read a few article titles just so you can get a sense for the fun things that Buddy thinks and writes about. What if pragmatism doesn't work? The human person beyond Kierkegaard, Nietzsche, and the American dream. Maria Montessori meets John Dewey via Skinner and Coca-Cola. Away from methodological myopia. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Philosophy and the family. The confessions of a modern scribe. The technological seduction of American educational theory. Uncle Tom's Condo. Housing, equity, and educational achievement in a college town. Bureaucratic epistemology and institutionalized lie. The theory of medieval torture and the modern school, or the Scarlet C-. And one of Buddy's most influential projects was the book he wrote entitled Called to Teach, the story of Carl G. Mazur, founder of founder of Brigham Young University. If you want to learn more about that, get the book, it's great. During his time as a teacher, he inspired hundreds of students, inviting them to think deeply about the divine purposes of education and how we as educators can serve as conduits of God's love and light. As an undergraduate studying education, I actually took a class from Buddy and was thrilled to later serve as a colleague with him. Buddy always helps those he's with to consider the eternal perspective. And sometimes in meetings, when we would get deep into tenure, CFS discussions, rank advancements, and other things, he'd say, how will this discussion impact a second grader at Franklin Elementary School? Or other such questions. He always brought it back to what was most important. Shortly after I became a faculty member at BYU, Buddy often talked about finding a new way for educators of faith to come together to learn, grow, and provide strength to each other. And one day in 2016, he came into my office and said, David, it's time to get this thing going. I said, give me some names and emails. And we started meeting and formed at that point, the Mormon Educator Association, which morphed into the LDS Educator Association, and it's had several names since, and we were eventually adopted by the McKay School Alumni Association. But Buddy started this. So we're really grateful for that. We've had seven conferences since with great speakers. Some of the names that we've had, some of the folks we've had: John Tanner, Tad Collister, Brad Wilcox, Ardith Kapp, Clark Gilbert, Kim Clark, Brent Top, Virginia Pierce Calley, Mark Pope, Hank Smith, Bonnie Oscarson, Russ and Rich Osgood-Thorpe, and many others. Buddy truly was the visionary and driving force behind this society that we were part of now. It's a pleasure to honor Buddy as the first recipient of the BYU Education Society in Excellence in Teaching Award. And we just want to thank you, buddy, for your whole soul teaching and discipleship. We love you.
I can't stand between you and your break. That's the thing. Thank you. I'm embarrassed, but flattered and grateful, and know that when Carl Mazer went to Brigham Young to say, what should I do? I'm going to start this university down there. They call it the academy. And he was told, you shouldn't teach even the alphabet over multiplication tables without the Spirit of God. That is all. God bless you. Goodbye. And I think that suggests that maybe what we have as Latter-day Saints is really more profound than most of us recognize. And that we can carry that into the hearts of those we see face to face, make a difference. Just enough to twist them and to say, I can become more than I think I am. And you can do that, and that's what you're doing. And I'm so thrilled to be associated with educators who want to make a difference and see potential beyond what's obvious when they're throwing spitwads at each other. And I'm so grateful that the Lord has given me opportunities to serve and to speak for Him at times. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, I want to bear you my witness that Jesus is the Christ, and that we aren't here by accident, and that you are here to make whatever difference you would have me do. I pray that you'll be effective in doing that in the name of Jesus Christ.